Round one of the 2022 Monster Jam season proved to be a battle in the Bay Area, as the stars of Stadium Championship Series Yellow began paving their road to World Finals. The defending champion had a night filled with highs and lows, while a seasoned veteran proved that Old Dog is still the fastest one in the yard. But when the dirt settled on a chilly Oakland night, it was the Iowa kid who showed once and for all that he is more than just a triple threat.
Oh yeah, look at this!
This is Stadium Championship Series Yellow. This is round two. This is Monster Jam.
Unbelievable!
Yes! There's some huge air. He can save it right there. He can save it.
Holy cow! Awesome move, look at that!
And he's got it.
Cowabunga! Big air out of the box!
Beautiful.
Yeah!
The road to World Finals begins now.
It is a beautiful, chilly afternoon here in Oakland as we welcome you to Central Coliseum in California for round two of 26 of the 2022 Monster Jam season. Hello, everyone. I'm Scott Jordan, once again joined by Coach Steve. As we kicked off the 40th anniversary season of Gravedigger all around the league. It seemed like it was Team Gravedigger winning the event championships, and right here in round one, it was no different as Tyler Menega finally gets the Stadium Monkey off of his back and wins his first career Stadium championship.
You know, we were all talking about it, Scott. Was Tyler Menega going to live up to the 40th anniversary of Gravedigger coming out here first time being on a Stadium Championship Series? But one thing he did is he came out and he proved he can, winning two-wheel skills and freestyle. What a great job by Tyler Menega.
Let's take a look at the driver lineup for round two in Oakland. A lot of drivers did really well last night, very consistent. Ryan Anderson, a little up and down. Corey Rummel had a great event. Charlie Pauken as well. But of these drivers in the lineup, man, who do you like stepping up here today?
You know who was very surprising to me, Scott? Bari Musau. We know he's Mr. Consistent, but I'm going to tell you, Bari came out with a vengeance in the last round. I was very surprised at how good he did. I think we could see a lot of good stuff from him here today.
Now, one of the drivers that really stood out in round one, I mentioned Charlie Pauken. He started the day off by winning racing, and after 24 years in the business, Charlie is still a force to be reckoned with. So right now, let's hear from the 2010 World Finals Freestyle champion and head downstairs to our pit reporter, Kay Young, with this UNOH pit report.
Charlie, I want to talk a little bit, with the abrupt end of the 2021 season and just your illustrious career so far as a 35-year veteran. You really could have called it quits, but you didn't. You came back here to Stadium Championship Series Yellow. Talk to us a little bit about, making your mark yesterday, really proving that you need to be here, you want to be here, and you weren't set for retirement.
That's just it. I am about Monster Jam. I've been doing this for 35 years. It's in my blood, and I'm not stopping yet. And when they asked me to come back, hey, I was thrilled. I was stoked. I'm like, we'll bring that puppy back out here and make a mark. I've got still a lot to prove, and I'm going to show these young kids, what it's all about.
Charlie Pauken is back here in Stadium Championship Series Yellow.
All right, thank you, Kay. Now let's get right into track talk. And Colt, this might not be so much about the track, more or less the environment, specifically the sun. And you mentioned this to me yesterday. The sun here in Oakland is going to be a factor when it comes to driving on this track.
That's absolutely correct, Scott. I've been to Oakland a couple of times, and both times during the day show, the sun peaks right over the crest of this Coliseum. And that sometimes can mess with the drivers. It comes right in your line of sight. It's hard to see the ramps. It's also very hard to see the staging lights and when the light goes green. So some of the drivers are going to have to deal with that and overcome it quickly.
And we've seen a lot of different tracks over the years in Monster Jam. We've seen Chicago style, St. Louis style, Vegas style, the Crazy 8 style. But this is called a paperclip track. So why is that?
It kind of looks like a paperclip. I like to call it the berm style track. It's got berms, kind of similar to what you would see in Supercross or even NASCAR. So it's got these corners that come in. You got to make really tight, sharp corners, get the truck up on this berm and then come out, and then it turns into more like a Chicago style track. So the drivers are going to have to figure this track out very quickly if they want to win.
Let's take a look at the event breakdown for round two in Oakland. 3 competitions. We'll start off with racing, head of the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and finish it off with freestyle. The winner of each competition is awarded 12 points with a total of 36 points up for grabs. And the overall event champion, of course, will be the driver with the most points at the end of the event. Now let's take a look at our racing bracket. This bracket was based on the first race pass for each truck in round 1 in Oakland. It's going to be Avenger versus Axe, Gravedigger against Soldier Fortune, Monster Mutt up against Son of a Digger, and Vendetta against El Toro Loco. Those first round buys go to Megalodon, Jurassic Attack, Bakugan Dragonoid, and Zombie. So who do you like in round 1 with these matchups?
Yeah, this is definitely a weird bracket, really shaking things up from the previous round, but I'm going to have to say I'm going with Charlie Pocken and Monster Mutt up against Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson. I'm excited to see who can come out on top.
So here we go, round 1 of racing. Our 2 trucks pulling up to the line. In the gray lane, 2-time World Finals Freestyle champion Jim Kohler in Avenger. And in the yellow lane, it is Preston Perez in Axe. And here we go. Kohler goes up. He's got an advantage here on Preston Perez.
Kohler is on it right now. Great corner right there. Rear steer countering with the front. Preston's messed up.
Kohler goes off the side of the ramp as well, but he's got a lot of room here.
Look at Kohler. Nice, smooth corner there. Wide open. Huge air.
Yeah, Jim Kohler getting it done. He had one small mistake on the gray race ramp. Let's take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay.
I can see here Jim Kohler makes a great corner. Comes around the first one. Rear steer all the way. Countering with the front. Great execution. Showing him how it's done.
Let's move on here in round 1 on the left side of the bracket. It is Tyler Menega and Gravedigger in the yellow lane. Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune in the left lane. And here we go. So Caleb gets a great jump, and Tyler gets off the line slow.
Something is wrong with Gravedigger. I was saying something in intros before. It looks like the truck is not pulling.
Oh, he's up on 2 wheels as well.
Oh! Did he get both front tires across the race lane?
I don't know. We're going to have to look for Kayla again in the same spot.
Oh, this is a close one. Who's it going to be? Kayla's got it.
She's got it. Kayla Blood has got it. What in the heck is going on with Gravedigger?
Seems like either the front or the rear is not pulling, transmission issues. You can see it very clearly when Tyler leaves the line. It's almost like that truck hit neutral. Definitely was not putting all 1,500 horsepower down to the ground, and it cost him big time.
And here's that matchup you were looking forward to. It's Charlie Pocket and Monster Mutt. He's going to go up against Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Here we go.
Nice corner by Son of a Digger. Looks like Charlie's a little bit behind.
And Ryan now has it figured out.
You got a hike up by Charlie. Ryan's got it easy right now.
But Ryan again, far right, pushed himself again far right. He's got to go wide now. He tightens it up.
Oh!
Up on 2 wheels here for Ryan. He did get him.
Pocket has a major issue with the front of that truck. He chose not to even hit the race lane the second jump. So something is very wrong with that truck. I bet you that hurt Charlie, and he's one out of that thing right now.
Well, let's go ahead and finish out a wild round 1 here in the gray lane. It is Mike Christensen and Vendetta. His opponent in the yellow lane, Craig Champion in El Toro Loco. The winner advances to meet Barry Musauer in Zombie in the second round. Final race of round 1 has begun.
Look at Mike Christensen really riding that berm out. Oh, looks like Champion's got an advantage so far. Great corner by him, way ahead.
Oh, whoa, he goes sideways, but he's got it figured out.
Vendetta's is driving Miss Daisy around here. Oh, 5-second penalty.
Did not get the right side up on the ramp.
Front 2 tires have got to get across that race lane jump if you don't want to get a penalty.
Let's go ahead and check out the bracket for round 2. It's going to be Corey Rummel against Jim Kohler, Paul Jensen against Caleb Blood, Camden Murphy against Ryan Anderson, Barry Musauer against Mike Christensen. Round 1 is history. And coming up, 4 trucks enter the bracket. It's like Sci-Fi City here. The Shark, the Dinosaur, the Dragon, and the Zombie all next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to Oakland for round 2 of the 2022 Monster Jam season. Let's get right back at it with round 2. It's Team Scream again as Jim Kohler draws his protege Corey Rummel and Megalodon, who was lightning fast in round 1 here in Oakland. He made it all the way to the finals.
Oh, Corey off to a slow start.
Still comes out of the berm faster than Kohler, but look at the turn that Jim Kohler makes. Great angle.
Uh-oh. Kohler's definitely got the advantage here. He's got a lot of speed. He's got these corners figured out.
Corey Rummel putting it on.
Oh, it's come down to a close one, Scott.
Let's take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Exciting finish.
Wow, 1/10 of a second.
So Corey Rummel, Megalodon. Our next matchup here in round 2, Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. And in the gray lane, Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune eased her way into that yellow lane. And we are off and running.
Oh, Paul Jensen's up on 2 tires.
He still came out quick, though, so well done on the adjustment.
Uh-oh, Kayla had to check up just a little bit, but she's still got the advantage.
Kayla Blood with the lead.
Oh, be easy, Kayla. Oh, Paul's on 2 wheels. Oh, Triceratops down.
Kayla Blood is going to go to the semifinals.
Watch Paul come around this corner here. Truck hikes up, steers into it, catches it just right, but unfortunately goes all the way over.
Our next matchup here in round 2, 2-time World Finals champion Ryan Anderson, son of a digger in the gray lane. His opponent, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid in the yellow lane. Great start off the line for Camden Murphy. Ryan Anderson, though, he gets it adjusted and gets out quick.
Man, great corners from both of them. This is a hard one to call, Scott. Both running good. Looks like Ryan's a little bit ahead coming in that first corner. Picks up the inside tire, really driving that truck around there. Oh, Ryan Anderson's got it.
And Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, turning it around today as he will now advance to the semifinals. Right now, we move on to another member of Team Throttle Monster, and that is Mike Christensen in Vendetta. He's in the yellow lane. His opponent, Barry Musauer, in Zombie in the gray lane. Mr. Consistency.
Barry's a lot different than the other drivers. He lines up very straight on the starting line, but it seems to be working for him. He's bad fast in that zombie truck. Great corner. Vendettas is out here cruising, it seems like. Barry's out here doing a great job, wide open, way ahead right now.
Don't you say that's driving to Walmart?
Yep, driving to Walmart. Going to get some groceries.
There comes Barry Musauer now. He will cross the finish line. And Zombie moving on. Let's take a look at the semifinal bracket. It's going to be Corey Rummel in Megalodon up against Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune. And then on the other side of the bracket, Ryan Anderson getting some redemption in racing as he will go up against Barry Musauer Zombie. Let's kick off the semifinals. Corey Rummel in Megalodon. He picks the gray lane. Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune. And Corey Rummel faster off the line.
Kayla just slamming that truck into that corner. Corey's got the advantage, it looks like so far, staying nice and tight to that berm.
Slide edge from Megalodon. Here we go into the final turn.
Meg's definitely got the advantage right now. Kayla getting a bad bounce off that race lane.
She's picking it up. Corey Rummel again. So Caleb Blood lost her bearings on the final turn. Corey Rummel turns it up, and he advances to another final round. Final matchup here in the semifinal round. It is 2-time World Finals champion Ryan Anderson and son of a digger up against 2-time Guinness World Record holder Barry Musauer in Zombie. Right now, let's check in down in the pit area. Kay Young.
Guys, I talked to Barry about how he felt about racing today. He said he's got a lot of confidence, especially after last night making it into the semis. Got a good feel for the track. It's a major advantage, though, that his crew chief, Howie Dalton, is a veteran and has that truck running good.
Ryan, great jump again for son of a digger.
Ryan absolutely nailed that first corner in the berm. Keep it nice and tight coming around that other corner. Barry having to check up, hit a hole there.
And Ryan just has a race lane down that he likes, and he is sticking right to it.
Look how Ryan picks that inside tire up going around the corner.
Tight turn, beautiful jump over the finish line. And Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, advancing to the final round. A lot more action still to come here this afternoon as we have reached the racing finals. It is Corey Rummel in Megalodon up against Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. We are about to find out who is going to take it. Coming up next, it is Rummel versus Anderson in the racing finals. Welcome back to Monster Jam Stadium Championship Series Yellow, and we have reached the racing finals. Corey Rummel with a 5-1 racing record here at Central Coliseum. And Ryan Anderson, a 3-1 racing record, but Corey did have Ryan's number in round 1 of competition.
Ryan taking his time to stage, maybe playing a little bit of head games with Corey.
Corey had to go wide there on the berm. Ryan took it narrow, gets out a little bit faster. As they hit the turn, Ryan Anderson again, just getting it done.
Ryan is definitely out to the lead right now. Huge air off that race lane.
Oh, Corey spins it out. And Ryan Anderson is your racing winner.
Easy win for Ryan there. Corey goes into the corner, spins out. Ryan can see him. He's celebrating now because he's got the racing win.
So Ryan Anderson gets his first racing competition win of the 2022 season. And we knew he had to come out and make a statement after what happened to him in round 1 of action this year. And he has off to a great start here in round 2. Let's send it down to K Young with our racing winner, Ryan Anderson.
Ryan, a huge congratulations. I know it was not the start that you wanted yesterday in racing, but you made up for it today. How do you feel?
Man, I feel so good. Yesterday was definitely a bummer. I have a brand new crew guy from UNOH, Bryce right here. He come from the background of racing, and he went through UNOH. He knows what he's doing, but we threw him to the wolves. He's on my truck this year, baby.
Ryan is off to a hot start. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kay. Let's take a look at the overall event leaderboard after racing. Ryan Anderson getting 12 points with the win. Corey Rummel getting 11. Barry Musauer 10. Kayla Blood with 9. And Camden Murphy with 8. That's your current BKT overall point standings. Our second competition of the event, of course, a great clip skills challenge. Code in this competition, the drivers get 2 attempts at a mover on 2 wheels or a donut. Fans judge this at judgeszone.com. They're going to see some stoppies, some poppers, wheelies, sky wheelies, bicycles, anything on 2 wheels. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here in Oakland. Finishing 5th, Barry Musauer making Oakland slap wheelie city.
Very aggressive. Look at it. Very vertical in that one, too.
In second, it was Camden Murphy with a nose wheelie, moonwalk, nose wheelie combo, and Bakugan Dragonoid.
Trying to get it to the top of that step up. He's going to make it. Wow.
And now let's take a look at Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger and the winning run.
Going for a bicycle here. Oh, very aggressive. Gets over on it. Goes into a sidewall save. Uh-oh. Oh, he got a save all the way over.
So Ryan Anderson getting 12 points with his win. Let's take a look at the overall event leaderboard. After 2 competitions, Ryan has doubled down. He's got 24 points. Camden Murphy with 19. Barry Musauer 18. Corey Rummel with 16. And Caleb Blood and Tyler Menega tied in that 5th spot with 13 apiece. That's your current BKT overall point standings. What a first half of action here in Oakland, but a long way to go. Now coming up on the St. Jude Halftime Report, we will recap the first 2 competitions and take a trip around the league at the other 4 tours when Monster Jam returns. Everyone at Monster Jam is proud to be partners with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Become a partner in hope and receive a custom St. Jude Monster Jam We Won't Stop t-shirt. Text Monster Jam to 785-833 or visit stjude.org/Monster Jam to learn more. Welcome back to the home of the Oakland Athletics, Ring Central Coliseum in Northern California. Scott Jordan, Colt Stevens in the broadcast booth. And Colt, I think the story here today was what we thought the story was going to be in round 1. It's Ryan Anderson. He sounds back after a struggling round 1. He's won both competitions, and this is the Ryan Anderson we thought we'd see.
Well, we were talking about it last round. Ryan Anderson has a brand new crew chief to this truck, but I noticed Ryan Anderson was here early this morning with his crew chief going over stuff on the truck that he wanted to change. The truck was okay, he said, but there's some things that he knows he wants his crew chief to work on, and it's definitely paying off for him so far today.
As one, Anderson has already had a perfect event this weekend. Adam Anderson did it in Milwaukee. Could Ryan do it here today?
It's definitely, the cards are all in his favor. Ryan Anderson is known for his freestyles. He's already got the 2 first events, and it's easily could be Ryan Anderson's freestyle event as well.
Let's get you up on the BKT overall event leaderboard after 2 competitions. By doubling down, Ryan Anderson has 24 points. Camden Murphy with 19. Barry Musauer 18. Corey Rummel 16. And Caleb Blood and Tyler Menega each with 13. Now let's catch you up on all the Monster Jam action happening around the league. I mentioned Milwaukee. Adam Anderson won that first event with Stadium Championship Series Red, but Mark List has an event championship there as well, so they split it. North Charleston, South Carolina, a lot of hype on Weston Anderson, but it's Cody Saucier that wins an event championship in his new ride. Going to Baltimore, Kristen Anderson, she won the first event of the year there on her series on Friday night, but John Zimmer Jr., one of the young rising superstars in the business, he wins his first career overall event championship. And then rounding it out on Arena Championship Series West, Brandon Vincent and Tristan England have split the events there. So let's talk about John Zimmer Jr., second generation driver like yourself. A lot of hype around him as well, but I think he gets lost in the shuffle with Weston Anderson. But John Zimmer Jr., I mean, I expect him to do some amazing things this season.
Yeah, definitely in his corner, being a second generation driver myself. But John Zimmer, his father, is actually one of the coaches and actually coached me along in my career, so definitely has some of the best in his corner, so that's not surprising that he's already out there taking away championships.
Now let's get back to the action here. Round 1 in Oakland, Tyler Menega stole the show. He's had some struggles here this afternoon, and right now let's send it downstairs to K Young and Tyler Menega with his UNOH halftime pit report.
Tyler, a strong showing here in the Great Clips Skills Challenge. I know freestyle is coming up next. How are you feeling coming in? Are you going to be looking for a little bit of redemption from that race?
Yeah, you know, racing definitely didn't go our way. Blue transmission right off the line, lost second gear, stuck in first gear for their first race, out first round, second pair. Just made it back for the two-wheel skills challenge, got fourth place in that. I don't dwell on the bad things. I've done this a lot in triple threat. You know, it used to affect me. I'd miss a competition or mess up, and I'd come back just harder than ever, and I'd mess up even more. So I'm as calm as could be coming into freestyle. I'm going dead last. I get to watch what everybody else does, and like me and Ryan have been saying, it's kind of our thing this year. It's 2 Team Gravedigger trucks on tour. We're going to go as hard as we can. It's the 40th anniversary of Gravedigger. We don't plan on stopping until the trucks do.
A cool, calm, and collected Tyler Meninga.
Thank you, Kay. Now, last season, we introduced the Monster Jam Lingo series, where we broke down how drivers are able to pull off some of the most spectacular moves in the sport. And this season, we get to dive a little deeper into the technical aspect of Monster Jam. And, Cole, we start off with one of your favorite moves, the backflip.
Oh, definitely, I love the backflip, Scott. One thing that's cool is we have 2 different variations out here, the container backflip and the 8-pack.
Enjoy this edition of Monster Jam Lingo.
The superstars of Monster Jam are always finding new ways to reinvent the sport by executing technical moves that will wow the audience. To help provide you with the understanding and knowledge on how drivers execute these sensational maneuvers, we bring you Monster Jam Lingo. Today we'll look at the backflip.
Lines up the backflip, and he lands it.
A backflip is when a Monster Jam truck completes a 360-degree rotation off of a ramp, container, or an 8-pack of tires. So how does a driver do that? Let's break it down. First, a driver must decide on an ideal time in their freestyle run to attempt a backflip. This ensures that the requirements are met to earn a freestyle score, as well as leaving enough time on the clock to execute the trick. When a driver approaches the backflip ramp, they must be mindful of having the truck centered to the ramp, and of course starting the attempt at the perfect speed, typically hitting the base at 50% throttle. Too much throttle early on in an attempt usually leads to over-rotation. Too little throttle and you're on your lid. Once the front tires enter the ramp or 8-pack, most drivers will use their rear steer toggle to ensure they've centered to the ramp while accelerating to 85% of full throttle in order to pop the truck off of the ramp. When the truck is upside down, the driver will release the throttle and begin applying pressure to the brake pedal in order to slow the truck's rotation down and begin the landing process. Once the front tires make contact with the dirt, the driver will hit the throttle to settle the truck back down on all 4 BKTs.
That backflip was perfect.
With the art of a backflip, this has been Monster Jam Lingo.
But we did see a lot of backflips in round 1, some more successful than others.
Yeah, backflips are definitely a tricky subject in Monster Jam, but one thing about it is if a driver can pull it off, it's definitely going to be a big score for the fans.
We're going to find out if round 2 continues with backflips in the Bay as Freestyle's next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to Monster Jam. Scott Jordan and Cole Stevens, K. Young with us down on the track. Now, Cole, at one point in round 1, Freestyle looked wacky. I think I actually called it that, and I think there was no other word to better describe it.
Yeah, it's definitely been tricky track out here. There's a lot of holes for the drivers to fall off in. Drivers are going to have to be very technical when it comes to this style track. They're going to have to go out there and find some crazy moves, but pay attention to what's on the backside, because if they make the wrong move, it could be detrimental to the truck, and they'll be on their lid or with a lot of damage.
Tricky track. I like that. Wacky, tricky track. All right, freestyle criteria. Each driver gets 2 minutes to put on their best freestyle performance. Of course, they have to fill the first 30 seconds of that clock in order to qualify for a score. And once again, fans will score at judgeszone.com. 12 points go to the winner. Let's get down to the track right now for freestyle. Comes 2010 World Finals freestyle champion Charlie Pauken. Now, Charlie had a great round 1 in action, but faltered a little bit in freestyle. It's probably his weakest competition, wouldn't you say?
Charlie came out with a vengeance, and unfortunately, this track bit him in the butt right out of the gate. He told me he kind of thinks he's got this track figured out. He's going to work his way in from the outside to the middle, try and get some big air and keep that truck on all 4s.
Were you saying that the dog bit him in the butt?
Definitely.
That's what I thought.
Charlie, he's putting on one heck of a freestyle, jumping to the pad. That's one of my favorite moves here. Definitely taking a little bit easier than he was the night before. That's exactly the move that put him on his lid. He took a little bit easier, didn't catch the back end and put him up on the roof. Nice, cool little wheelie across that pad.
3-time Thunder Nationals champion. That's not something you hear too much these days.
Crazy to think that Charlie's been driving since the year that I was born. Uh-oh, backflip already.
Backflip here for Charlie Pauken early.
Huge! Ooh, Ooh, tie rod.
Till he hits the tie rod.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Camden Murphy in the previous round. Over rotates. When you land on the back of the truck like that, there's just absolutely no way that tie rod, which is what keeps the two rear tires tied together, can handle that much weight coming down on it, so it breaks, putting him over on his lid.
All right, Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune, gets an opportunity here to right the ship and get a freestyle score in. I don't know, Cole, if there's a better athlete in Monster Jam than Caleb Blood. You're talking about a motocross background, an ATV background, MMA fighting background, and she is the current Louisiana High School hurdles record holder in the 100-meter hurdles. Yes. So she is just redefines the term athlete in this sport.
So I remember the first time I saw Kayla, I thought she was actually a young Becky McDonough. I saw her in New Orleans. She was doing the Quad Wars and won the event in Quad Wars in New Orleans that weekend. So that was the first time I saw her, and it was cool to watch her progress in her career in Monster Jam, and she's absolutely sending it in this truck right now.
You know, I used to love watching her compete against her husband Blake Ranger in the ATV races in the Triple Threat Series, because they just let each other have it.
Oh, huge sky wheelie, tie rod breaker.
And she did, in fact. That tire done, the wheel is done, and Caleb Blood's freestyle run is done.
Like I said, whenever Charlie Pocken did the backflip and you have all 12,000 pounds come down on the rear of that truck, the tie rod just cannot handle that. And unfortunately, she's not going to be able to continue on.
Two-time Guinness World Record holder Barn Musauer in Zombie. Now, Cole, you were a thriving member of Zombie Nation. Let me ask you this question. When you were in Zombie Nation, did you consider yourself the leader of Zombie Nation?
You know, Barry is definitely the leader of Zombie Nation. I came in, I drove that truck. I enjoyed it. The fans enjoyed it. But Barry is definitely known for Zombie and being the main Zombie driver. Barry working his way from the outside. Lots of momentum. Barry's definitely picked it up in his freestyle so far this year. I love how much speed, getting from obstacle to obstacle. It's like he's got his run planned out. He knows what he wants to do, and he's going out there and executing it.
And he does that a lot. You know, drivers like to get the first couple hits. Barry's a guy that will sometimes, you know, do half his run in his head as he's watching everybody else.
Yes!
Slap wheelie city.
Nice, aggressive slap wheelie. Now what we need to see him jump from the berms to the pod. We need something like that. He's kind of staying on the outside a little bit too much. I feel like if he can move in just a little bit, it will work out good in his advantage.
You know, the ease that he's able to get the front end of that truck up is amazing, and he is coming in hot. Here you go.
Very
step
nice.
on, step off, not a lot of bounce, and that's good as it keeps his momentum in a low center of gravity.
Great execution there. I love how he shut the truck down after he landed. Got it down in that sweet spot.
Some nice air on the jump. 30 seconds left here for Barton Musauer.
Really digging the speed he's got going on. You think we're going to see a backflip out of him?
I'd like to. He's got time. Get over there.
There he goes. Man, that was a great run. Setting everything up
He's
perfect.
lining up, and he's got a nice momentum as he comes in. Skies it.
Too much.
And just over rotates it. Didn't even hit the tires on the landing, so no shot at saving it. But, hey, he got the high backflip, so the fans will love it. And hats off to Barry for attempting a great backflip.
Let's see here. He comes around. Over rotates. Lands hard on that rear bumper. No tires or no nothing. No suspension in that truck whatsoever on the back like that. I bet Barry felt every inch of that truck when he hit the ground.
Here comes the 2017 Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. Cam to come into the competition second in the overall event standings, 5 points behind Ryan Anderson. He would need Ryan to falter big time in freestyle for a shot at the event championship.
Ooh, that's hard on that rear end. He kind of did what Kayla did there.
And Pogo bounce, flips it on the nose.
So no ski jump. Not really able to get a good run at that like we normally would, a ski jump with it being in the corner over there.
Yeah, the track's just not deep enough for that in a baseball stadium.
Nice, stepping on, driving right off. Great execution there.
Flips it right back around. Camden Murphy.
Nice
on the
air.
gray side of the track, getting some big air off these pods.
Lots of momentum, good speed. All right, yes, setting it up. He did want to hit the same jump again.
Saw it, checked it at the last minute.
Last minute change up. What you thinking here? A little cross threading. Is he going to be able to make it here? Might come up short.
Almost.
Oh, made
clips
it.
it back 2 tires, but does get enough to keep his momentum going. Good rhythm so far from Camden Murphy. And he is turning towards the backflip ramp. So here we go. Camden Murphy's going to try to land one.
It's interesting. He's attempting this side again. Too much again. These guys have got to slow down coming into that backflip ramp. They're carrying way too much speed. Every one of them is an over-rotation.
As we take a look at the Super Glue to the action replay, let me ask you this. Is just too much space out there for them? They can't figure it out.
No, I think last round they saw Bari Musauer catch the rear bumper, so they want to carry speed. But we've seen that happen to 2 trucks already. So Cam coming up to this backflip ramp, absolutely way too much speed. Same thing as the other 2 trucks. It's going to over-rotate. It's like we're watching an instant replay, but 3 different truck bodies.
As we continue through freestyle, let's take you to the bottom 5 freestyle runs. A rough night for Team Throttle Monster as Jurassic Attack and Vendetta do not get scores. Jim Kohler, an Avenger, said he was disappointed with the way he's reacted to this track. He had a rough night in freestyle. In 9th, El Toro Loco, Craig Champion, who had a great round 1 freestyle performance, underwhelming here this evening in Oakland. And finally, it was Preston Perez in Axe who rolled the truck, and he would end up in the bottom 5 in freestyle. Let's see how we stand so far in freestyle. Take a look at our freestyle leaderboard. Bari Musauer, your current leader. He is followed by Charlie Pauken, Camden Murphy, Kayla Blood, and Preston Perez. That's your current BKT top 5 leaderboard in freestyle. Now we're down to our final 3 trucks, but it's some heavy hitters. Rummel, Anderson, and Menega hit the track next. And as we continue freestyle, let's check back in with the overall event leaderboard. Ryan Anderson, Camden Murphy, Bari Musauer, Corey Rummel, Kayla Blood, and Tyler Menega sit atop the leaderboard. And here is Corey Rummel in Megalodon.
Oh, yeah, a little cross-thread action right there.
Yeah, Corey had a great run in round 1. We thought he was possibly going to be the freestyle winner. But then, Tyler Menega and Ryan Anderson both come out and just take everybody to school.
That was cool.
The truck just split in half. That body, that shark, just split wide open.
Oh, this is going to be big. Nice. Catches a little bounce.
He did attempt a backflip in round 1. That got him a huge score. Look at that jump. There's a whip for you. And there goes the left side of the Megalodon body, still hanging on.
Uh-oh. Rear steer is working. I thought there for a second the rear steer quit. Too
Gotta
much.
save this, Corey.
Save it. Come on. Oh, that one tire was not pulling. Wasn't able to pull it around.
Let's take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay for Megalodon.
Megalodon coming across the center there was a great move by Corey. Unfortunately, the truck takes a bad bounce. With that berm being on the other side, there wasn't much he could do. Not enough room, and then it looks like that inside tire wasn't pulling, so he wasn't able to pull a save out of that.
Next up, it's 2-time World Finals champion Ryan Anderson. And son of a digger, he has doubled down so far tonight. But here he goes, backs up, gets the distance he likes, just doesn't square up enough on it.
I love that 1-2 hit right there. He just shifts from first to second, and then just sends that truck flying through the air. Oh, yeah, here we go. Dang it. Oh, yeah.
There is
right
a stoppie right on the pod.
That is a technical move right there. Knew exactly where he wanted to put it. I thought he was going for one of those jump to tabletop, jump right out, not like a rhythm section you would see at Supercross. Right here, going to pad right away. Loving the big air. Ooh, got to be a little bit careful there. That berm on the other side can reach up and grab you. Again, race lane backside, big air.
We're talking about rhythm sections and berms, man. The influence that Supercross does have on these tracks is uncanny.
Staying to the outside, but keeping that high speed, lots of momentum, big air. Again, going across, going to the pad.
Ryan Anderson now shredding the son of a digger body as he tries to walk out of here with another great win in Oakland.
The old figure 8 move.
A building that he says has been so good to him, and it has over the course of his career, starting in 2010 in Monster Mud all the way through the 2017.
See what's going on here, Scott? I just mentioned it. He's doing a figure 8. He's actually coming around. No, cool.
Another stoppie.
Using a little that to his advantage. Uh-oh, we got a hot truck.
And we got flames. That is going to cut the run short, get Ryan out of there. Unbelievable run from him. Let's take a look at the Super Glue to the action replay.
That was cool. I like how he attacked this track. He did it in a figure 8 motion. He started around the outside, then as he came around, spun around back to the inside, spun around back to the inside, jumping to the pad almost every time. Huge air, lots of momentum, throwing in those skills, moves that we see Ryan Anderson do. Awesome job.
9.087. Ryan Anderson sets himself up in excellent position to win the overall event championship. Our final competitor in freestyle, the round 1 event champion, Tyler Menega in Gravedigger.
1-2 send.
So he has got to do something spectacular here to try and keep Ryan Anderson at bay.
Big air right there, jumping to the outside. Setting back up. I love how he rear steers all the way around that corner. Going across the center.
43 freestyle wins in 2021 for Tyler Menega in arenas. Trying to make it 2 for 2 on stadiums in 2022. Huge jump, gets the nose down. What a bounce, man. That is balancing the truck to perfection on the landing. Loses no momentum, keeps his turn angle.
Gonna be huge right here. Yeah! Send it, Tyler.
Keeps the wheels going, no brake check.
Back to the center. I'm really liking this style right here. Brake check right there. Again, brake check, getting the truck set up, shutting it down, making the corner. Where's he going? Back across the center again. Oh, boy, here we go. Yes, sir.
Huge jump for Tyler Menega.
Nice. That's like going over the railroad tracks in a car really fast where you feel your stomach float. I guarantee you that's how Tyler felt in that jump right there.
Oh, came down hard on the side and is able to save it.
Great truck awareness. They shut him down because he got a little close to the edge, but he should be able to refire right here.
35 seconds left for Tyler Menega.
Hopefully he can recover, calm down just a little bit. You know his heart is racing right there. Get back into the groove.
Coming right over to the left side of the track. Knows where he's going, the backflip
Come on,
ramp.
slow it down, Tyler. There we go, he's got it.
That's what you said you needed to do. He lands it and saves
Right
it.
in reverse.
That is a completed backflip, and he is going to do some more.
I don't care what the scores are. I'm telling you, that's our winner. Awesome job right there, Tyler Menega. Going out there, absolutely throwing it down, and he's still going.
Yeah, this is a winning freestyle run right here.
He's making old Dennis Anderson proud, that's for sure right now. Oh, reverse rollover.
All the things he did, and he rolls in reverse. Take us through the super glue, glued to the action replay.
All right, watch Tyler absolutely sending this truck. Sets up for the backflip. Nice slow rotation. Then he catches it, pops in reverse. It looks like while he was still upside down, gets it on 2 wheels, but knows exactly where he's at. Nails it. You can see him here, rolls in real slow. Perfect, nails the throttle, gets it to rotate. Truck rotates to the side, but he's already ready. He's got it in reverse, catches the truck, gets it back on all 4 tires, and absolutely burns it down. Great job.
9.809. There is your freestyle winner for the second round in a row, Tyler Menega in Gravedigger. So Tyler Menega getting 12 points. He's your freestyle winner. Let's take a look at our freestyle top 5 leaderboard. Gravedigger going to win it. Son of a Digger second. Zombie third. And then Monster Mutt in fourth. And Bakugan Dragonoid Camden Murphy taking fifth. Right now, let's go down to the track. K Young standing by with a freestyle winner. Gravedigger's Tyler Menega.
Tyler, what an incredible freestyle and end here to round 2, landing that backflip as well.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen all the other guys come out, and I don't think anybody really filled their time. I know I wanted to get that backflip, and honestly, when I see people aren't filling their time, yeah, I want to fill my time because I know that's my next leg up on them, but I don't want to risk my whole run just driving around and filling time. I want that whole run from start to finish be Gravedigger Ragged Edge style, and that is exactly what happened right here in Oakland today.
Another great freestyle performance from Tyler Menega, driver of Gravedigger.
Thank you, Kay. You factor in all the points after 3 competitions. Ryan Anderson is 1 point shy of a perfect event, so he will be our overall event champion for round 2. Barton Musauer, he gets 28 points. Camden Murphy, 27. Tyler Menega, 25. And Corey Rummel with 22. Let's rejoin Kay Young down on the track with our event champion, Ryan Anderson.
Ryan, I know yesterday was not the start that you wanted, but you claimed redemption here tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've been to Oakland twice before this. I had insanely good luck, so I knew yesterday wasn't my night. That's not my normal Oakland luck. Tonight was, though. We burned it down, and it couldn't have been any better. The cherry on top was 100% Tyler burning down that Gravedigger, digger style, just like my dad, Dennis Anderson, did. 40 years of support. All we can do is make sure you fans are on your feet, not using that seat you paid for, and we can't thank you enough. But tonight, I got the overall event win. I'm stoked about it. All I'm worried about is moving on to next weekend, San Diego.
Ryan Anderson is back on top here tonight.
Thank you, Kay. What a great night. Cole Tyler Menega with a huge exclamation point, winning his second straight freestyle competition. Ryan Anderson comes in, does what we thought he was going to do, and win an event championship. But let's look at the season points now after 2 events. So right now it's 6 drivers really putting themselves up, and there's a lot of parity here at the first weekend. Taking a look at the season points, Tyler Menega, your current series points leader at 59. Ryan Anderson, Camden Murphy with 54. Bari Musauer, Corey Rummel with 52. And then right underneath them, Charlie Pauken in 6. Is this how you see the series playing out?
Man, this is a really close series. We've got a lot of great drivers. I'm not surprised how close this racing is, but consistency is going to be key in being able to come away with this points championship.
That'll do it for us here in Oakland. Next round, we head to San Diego, where we join up with Stadium Championship Series Red. I'm excited about that. For Colt Stevens and Kay Young, I'm Scott Jordan. Good night from Oakland, and we'll see you next time on Monster Jam.